Hi guys, welcome to another podcast of Inspired. Today is a special one. I am the host, Tania from Tania D Artistry, and I have my good friend Maddie on today.
Hello.
So, kind of interesting how our friendship came about. We met on TikTok, and she was one of the first people to ever comment on one of my posts. And I felt so cringy at first, like making posts and doing all of that. And she was one of the first people who commented, and she wanted to get in the industry. And now fast forward, 2 years?
Yeah.
And now she is like my shadowee, and she's apprenticing at the studio. And it's been such a wild ride for the past 2 years.
Yeah. I honestly saw your TikTok and I was like, what is that? Because when I was younger, I'm like, I'm going to get my eyeliner tattooed. I love eyeliner. I just... I don't know. Now I'm pretty tattooed, and I would never let my friends tattoo my face. So when I saw your body art card, I'm like, what is this? I'm looking into a few videos. I'm like, oh my God, this is the coolest girl ever.
Oh my
Messaged her. She's like a real person.
Which is so funny because it was so cringy to me because, well, first of all, Maddie, she's from Massachusetts, so the complete opposite coast of us, and they do things a lot differently than we do. So I would say us, like Vegas style, we do things very bold and very different than what we see in the industry is. So I know how my work heals and at the end how things look, but when I first post things, it can look very scary and really bold and just kind of awkward, but I knew I had to post things, and I was always so scared because I had so many people talking shit and kind of bringing me down, and luckily I just don't listen to it because to me I'm like, talk about me good, talk about me bad, just talk about me, good. Please, baby.
It's all good.
Yeah, so Maddie was like the first person to ever comment and be like, oh my gosh, I love this.
I was so into it. Like the style, everything was so clean, it was so crisp, and it was way different than anything I had seen before. Now looking back, when I started doing research around my area, I was like, wow, there's a lot of different styles and ways to do permanent makeup. Vegas was definitely bold and fun and, doing things that were probably a little bit more challenging to people or for people on the East Coast. Like, it's just different. It was just a different style, and I really liked it. So once I was looking, I found a mentor, and I'm like, all right, we're going to do this. I kept Tania, basically, I kept you right in my back pocket, literally the whole entire time. I'm like, this is my first client. These are my first brows.
Yep. I think the first message from the get-go, too, I told Maddie, I was like, I'm not a gatekeeper. Like, this is what you should do.
Girl, for sure.
Yeah. You should. I was like, you should definitely not try to do this on your own. I was like, people will try to get you for like a couple $1,000s for like a couple
quick course.
Yeah.
Get money rich quick.
And I told you from the get-go, I was like, don't do that.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't know what permanent makeup was before I started like researching and then found my way into Miss Amber Red.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can't tell you based off of, but based off my experience.
Yeah, your experience, which compared to everything that I've seen and now that I'm in the industry, you guys do it the right way. You are through and through. Your apprentice program is legit. You get everything that you need information-wise, like security-wise. Like you guys back your shit. Just
no, absolutely.
And you're not sending artists out into the wild. I noticed a lot, like, people take these courses and then they're like, okay, great, I'm an esthetician. I just took a 3 to 5 day course. Now I'm good. I can just start tattooing faces. And when it comes down to it, that's not right. That's just not how it should be. That's not what our industry is meant to be, and any good artist in the industry knows that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just so crazy because at least in my learning styles, I know, like, we have different learning styles.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I am someone who I couldn't go to a course and just pick up what I got to learn. I need to be hands-on. I need someone there. I've never considered myself like a team person, but ever since like getting in this industry, I was like, oh no, the more the better, because other people have different eyes, they have different mindsets, like they have different ideas, and I feel that's super important.
Oh, absolutely. I think the network is crazy, and the support that you get from other artists, the not gatekeeping energy that we all, tend to keep of, we're going to pass this information, even though you and I do things completely different from each other. We pass information. It's like the next time I go into a procedure, I'm thinking about what we talked about. I'm applying that and seeing where I can kind of get a good blend, a mesh, and that's where our styles like kind of come together and make one, which is really our goal for this like little shadowing mentorship. Like, I want us to be able to come together, create a style that works, that, you know, blends both of our learning styles and just styles in general.
Because I feel like, too, like I said before, you do things completely different than how I do things. And sometimes, like, I want to do those type of things, but that's not, you know, how I learned. And then I look at things and I'm like, huh. But then, like I said, I know how my work heals. And when I say that, I mean, like, we work kind of more drama, larger shader needles. Like,
we definitely work more. I work more conservative, definitely, where it's like when they come back, I'm basically testing the scale of how they're gonna heal, especially because I'm newer. I'm still figuring out. I mean, you have Amber, who has been working with the same pigment line for over 10 years. So, boom, you guys know what results you're getting. You know exactly what you're doing, right down to the science. If I dilute this much, this is what the healed results are gonna look like. And I think that's also super important, which is something that I'd like to apply to my skills and craft, is to just be confident and know exactly when I'm doing a procedure on someone, exactly what it's going to look like, heal, just to match up with the client's goals, which is ultimately the most important part.
Yeah, and I think, like, color, I think from the beginning, too, I told you, I was like, color theory is super important. I was like, that is the most important thing.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I'm super thankful that I have a mentor. Shout out to Amber. I know she's watching. She's super about that. If I tell her, like, she just knows her colors, her undertones, like, everything. And I'm like, how is this going to look like healed? Boom. She has, like, an album of, like, lips, eyes, like, brows, of everything. And that's super important because in a little class like that, you're not going to get that.
No. And most artists or mentors are not even showing healed results. Like shout out to Amber, the fact that she has like everything super organized. And if you want to know how did this color heal, like she is that organized where it's like, this is how that healed. This is what's going to happen. And if you do it this way, this is what it should look like. If somewhere along the way you don't get this result, it's something that you did, or maybe it was aftercare for clients, but you know, do everything right. This is what you get. And that's like,
yeah. What have been like the biggest challenges of permanent makeup for you?
Definitely the wide variety of clients that you get. So between working with mature skin and super young, wonderful skin, like the perfect skin that you want to work on, that we wish every client had this skin, but at the end of the day, as soon as you get in the skin, you realize, oh my goodness, not everybody is the same.
Yeah.
And that's super important. I think it's been a challenge for me, definitely.
Do you get like a wide variety of clients where you're at, or is it kind of like just kind of like the same group of people? Or?
Honestly, I would say it's a wide variety. I definitely get a wide variety between younger folks, people my age, older women, and even very mature women, which I love all my clients just the same. I think, I mean, when they get into permanent makeup, they're excited, they're nervous. It's like we're there to comfort them. So it's like you really do have to be kind of versatile.
Yeah, and
yourself.
I love that about permanent makeup is we get so many different
people. So many different.
Like,
I love one of my clients. I'm going to shout out Sue. I don't know if she'll ever listen to this, but she is the sweetest client, and she texts me and checks in with me. She's probably like in her 70s, and she loves her eyeliner bold. She wants her lips nice. You know, she doesn't want to wear makeup. I think I know who
you're talking about.
Yeah. She's my... She'll like text me and during her aftercare, and she's like, just so you know, I'm drinking my Chianti out of a straw, and she'll send me a little picture of it, and I'm like, oh, I love a client that follows the aftercare instructions.
Oh my gosh, I love those clients, because even sometimes, you know, I feel like as artists, we never feel like our work's maybe like good enough, or if we see something, we're like, oh, that's cool, but like look at that.
So
because I know there's times I've sent you something and I'm like, Maddie, I fucked up today, or like it's whatever, like, don't do this, or like do this, or don't, you know, and you're just like, oh my gosh, that looks amazing. I was like, and I send you screenshots, I'm like, you don't see this.
She's like, you
don't
zooms
see
in like 20 times, and I'm like, okay, it's artwork. Imperfections may happen. I mean, we obviously try to strive for perfection. This is a tattoo on someone's face, but at the end of the day, it is also art, and it's not always going to be perfect, but we have a touch-up appointment. We're going to perfect it. We already know what's wrong and what we need to do different. So I think being that support is like super important.
I think that's been super fun too, is having you like not in the studio, but like kind of be part of the studio. Because as soon as I was friends with Maddie, I literally went to the studio. I was like, you guys, somebody liked my picture. Somebody liked my shit on TikTok. They commented me. Like, they're asking me for advice because, and I would say this all the time. Like, I don't think I give myself credit enough, because I'm just
you definitely
like,
don't. You are so hard on yourself. so.
Yeah, I am. And then I'm just like, somebody actually likes my work. Like, that's so crazy. Because the girls in the studio, they'll be like, oh, that looks good. Or like my friends and family, you know. But then when it's, you know, but you're yourself, you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
But then when somebody outside of your realm is like, oh, no, that's good.
Yeah,
or
that
like,
looks good. Feels good. I mean, I've sent you the same pictures when I first started. I'm like, ooh, I don't know. And you're like, I love that style. It's different than what I do. And I like the way it looks. And it feels good because it's like, whew, okay, perfect. Got another artist. Kind of like say this other artist is vibing with it. Like I'm doing good. That's pretty much what I've been working towards is like just getting my skills up. I want to be the best artist for my clients, for the community. Like I love passing information. You know, both of us have other artists that we like talk to and network with as well. I am thankful for my PMU community. I think it's important, and I think it's cool to have the contrast with our relationship has been
so crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I think, like, I'm like, these past 2 years is so crazy because, you know, obviously Amber's been a huge part. Brisa, Sasha, all the girls in the studio, like, have been a big part, but you're like the background that like no one's ever seen because every time I've done something new, I hit up Maddie. Every time I do something, I hit up Maddie.
Same. As soon as I finish a procedure, I'm like taking my after client photos and they're going right to Tania. Like I might even text her a photo immediately.
She's numbing. I remember one time you numbed me and I'm getting ready to go to the studio and this is your first time like using LI pigments because I was like, you gotta use LI.
Oh yes, I think I was doing like a color correction too. I sent her a picture of the brow. I FaceTimed her immediately. I'm like, what do you think? What are we thinking? Is this gray enough?
And you're
is
like,
this
gray? I was like, nope, gray vanish. Send her home. Or no, it was either vice versa.
Yeah, it was something. It was like mod it like this, do this dilution, and I did it. Boom, beautiful. Client was super happy. The healed results were great. It was just like crazy because I'm like, Tania, and we're on a time difference. So I know she's like just waking up and I feel horrible.
But I'm like waking up.
It's like 9 a.m.
I'm like, you're taking a client? I'm like, what?
And I better not call her on a Monday morning. You know what I'm saying?
No. And it's so crazy, too, because aside from permanent makeup, we have so many similarities. Like, it's just so crazy. It's like we like the same things. Like, we found out our favorite number was 5. And I was like, why is your favorite number 5?
I'm like, that's my soccer number.
I'm like, that's my soccer number. I'm like, what position do you play?
Defense?
I'm like, defense?
Sweeper?
What? We're like...
Hold on.
The similarities were uncanny, and then we both bartend, or Maddie serves.
I serve and bartend, but right now, primarily serving. We love customer service. We like working with people. Tania has a really cool hidden talent of being like a designer, logo, graphics. She got a little background in some computer knowledge. I don't really know, but you know, like it's like we've like, I don't know, we've just like walked through life, but at the same time, it's like on opposite coasts. Yeah, and it's just like we're just like doing the same thing. Only child,
it's so great.
Moms,
children.
like,
yes, mom's the same. Pets, dogs,
we love dogs.
Cats.
Yeah, cats. It's crazy.
Same extracurricular.
Although, But Tania actually even put me on to like new music and stuff. Like it's just really cool. And you know, she got dressed this morning, and I'm like, wow, I was really thinking about wearing an outfit very similar to that. It's like,
I'm like, you guys can't see, but we're literally wearing the same sandals all the time. We're like, we'll come out and we're like, same bitch, different font. We're like dressed the same, but like a little different. And we're like, hey.
She's got like purple, I got green. I feel like those are like even little contrasting colors there. Like they just go together well. So it's been a...
Yeah, I remember when she first moved down here, my husband and all my friends were like, because Maddie, she's staying with me for the summer, and she stayed with me before. She's like a little adopted baby.
Yeah.
But, you know, everyone was like, aren't you scared that, like, you're inviting, like, a stranger into your home? Like, you don't know what she's going to be like.
My first trip in December, everyone's like, have you, like, this is your first time meeting her? You're just going to stay there? And I'm like, it's Tania. Like, seriously? Like, we FaceTime for a year, even more. Like we were talking every single day. Or, you know, Tania's actually pretty bad with her phone. But
I'm bad at texting, but I will call you. I will keep you on the phone.
If you call Tania, she's good. We're good. We're gonna chat for a while. And I just, you know, it was just crazy. I was like, yeah, I'm full sending it. I don't have anything to lose, seriously.
And that's been the craziest thing. Like, we met through TikTok. So you hear about those people that just, like, meet online or playing a game or whatever. And that's just really crazy. And I admire Maddie so much because I'm 29, 27. We're like, around, like, the same age. Yeah, we're the same age.
Basically.
But, I'm 27. But it's just crazy because to just, like, find something that you really like and want to do, and to just be like, I'm picking up and moving my whole life across town, or not across town, literally across the country. Like,
driving.
I don't know what's going to go about like that. And I say this all the time, like, you have way more balls than I do. Like, when I started doing permanent makeup, like, I'm a permanent makeup baby. Like, I'm just like, I need someone to sit there and watch me.
I think I had to be. I think, like, you have it so good. I think, like, just because of, I had a great mentor.
Mm-hmm.
I still do have a great mentor. I think that it was just different. I was definitely, like, put to the test early on, and it was like, I just kind of jumped in. I was going to do my thing, and that's just the way I learn. I'm like, okay, I watch it, I see it, I apply it, and that's what happened when I came in December. I did 2 shadow days. When I got back, my eyeliner game was changed.
Dude, crazy. And
just a lash line enhancement. I'm here to learn the rest, but, like, just the lash line.
Yep.
Totally different change, totally different way than I had originally learned, and it sticks and made me a better artist. So it's like, that made me even more excited to, like, I'm like, wow, I can't believe I, came here, learned, and it's like, now I just have to apply it, and that's just what it is.
Yeah, and that's, like, super similar to, like, Brisa and Amber's learning styles. They're very just, like, and it's just crazy because I feel like everyone together is just, you see things differently, I see things differently, like, everyone else sees things differently, so it's super important. Like, we always say, like, we're going to come together and, like, just like have like a
create a
baby,
new one.
like like, because I know what I do works, what you do works, but we kind of want to morph our styles into one, which is
because sometimes I think you want a softer style, and I also kind of want a happy medium where I want things to last for years. I want people to get their money's worth. Boom, let's get it done.
Yep. So I'm super excited for what's to come in the next 3 months. It's just been super fun experience, and it's been super exciting and fun, and just really kind of, like, reignited something in me in permanent makeup, and it's just super important to just come together and
definitely
just feed off one another.
I think the studio support is just, like, everything. Amber's studio, it has so many talented artists, even Sasha, the way you're managing social media, doing your thing, like, all of that is so important, and I think it makes it better. Yeah,
I love Miss Amberette. It's like a mecca of just, like, so many things, which is going to lead us into our next point.
Yes.
But before we get into that, this is the end of mine and Maddie's little episode.
Thank you, guys.
Yep. On the next episode, we're going to bring the team back on and kind of just talk about togetherness and, just coming together as a full force.
Yep.
Yeah, so just stay tuned. Thank you guys for joining in. If you like this episode, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe.
Period.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.